Not
Right.
only do you get the best training in all sorts of formats that you can comprehend, you get upgrades yourself. You and Amanda are there to coach us as well, to clear our path, to help us get to be a great coach. So not only do you get the knowledge, you get the personal growth. And I can tell you from experience, without being on your team and meeting you guys, I wouldn't have had the ability to even win because I had blockages that I didn't know I had.
Yeah.
And so that's a bonus. I mean, that's huge. Who doesn't want that?
Let me introduce you to Coach Jenny, who is now one of our featured students in our Confident Coach Business Blueprint program. Jenny has the passion and the deep inner calling to help people, but before she teamed up with Team Wrangle, she was frustrated, trying to reinvent the wheel and throwing spaghetti at the wall, and about to give up on her dream of helping people as a successful career. Today, Jenny has found her tribe, found the most efficient path to building the coaching business of her dreams that will help so many people. Let's hear how Jenny got to where she is today. And if you want the same rapid results Jenny is getting, then schedule a one-on-one interview with us and let's see if you are a great fit for our Confident Coach Business Blueprint program. I get the honor to talk with Coach Jenny today, and we're just going to learn a little bit more about who you are, where you came from, and then who are the people that you're meant to serve and what you're doing right now, which is very interesting, very inspirational, and very much needed right now on the planet. So we'll just kick right off and dive right into it. Like, how did you find us originally?
Well, thank goodness I did find you, but how I did find you is I didn't even know what a life coach was in 2021 when I started this journey. And so someone mentioned, hey, you might be really good at it. And so I dove into it, learned as much as I could, and it's not as easy as it looks. It's really challenging, and mostly on the business side. You can be um, as excited and motivated to do it, but you may not have all the tools, which is something I learned for about 2 years of just chasing my tail and getting frustrated. And I didn't want to quit. And that was a pattern that I had in the past. You gave it a go, just, that's fine. Put it away. You're not meant for it. But this was different. This I had a something inside um, pushing me to really go forward with it. And so I didn't want to quit. And I just happened to come across Amanda's post about your services and your program. And I was strangely drawn to her sweetness and her kindness and just resonating with what I needed. Um, so I went ahead and scheduled time with her, and it was like, here, Jenny, here's everything you need right here, and we're ready for you. So I jumped right to the chance of signing up, and thank goodness I did. So yeah, I was happy to meet Amanda and yourself, and knew that I would be taken care of. Not knowing the whole program yet, but I had this sense, this beautiful, warm feeling about all of it. And with that, my goal is to help others going through pretty much like a life quake. What mine was I was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer in 2021. And it was invasive, and anyone diagnosed with any illness, it changes the game in life. You are shook, you are turned upside down, maybe a little vertigo. It just really changes perspective on what am I here for. Um, I actually got advice, instead of asking why me, why am I having to deal with this illness, um, ask more, why, what can I learn from this lesson? What can I learn from this change in my life, and how can it make me better? So that was a light bulb moment. And I really dug into that thought and mostly helping others. There were a lot of other patients that I befriended and lost some, unfortunately. So learned, even to help the survivors of some of these patients, because we all become family if you're going through it, other patients through treatment. So that was my catalyst to go into coaching. And I have a friend who's a therapist, and she said, "You have to do this. You were meant for this." And I was like, "What is a life coach? I don't even know what that is, but okay." So yeah, so that was my start, and here I am. It's 2024, and finally doing it.
That's amazing. And so you said in 2021 you had this big realization, kind of an awakening, and you've been starting to do your journey. And there was a few years where you were, like you said, kind of spinning the wheels or like struggling on your own. Tell me a little bit more about what you were struggling with, like your own specific journey, before we started working together.
Yeah, so how do I coach people? How do I reach out to people? How do I market this? How I'm not an entrepreneur, I never have been. And all I know is I wanted to help people, but that doesn't just happen. You kind of have to treat it like a business, and market and be ready to accept challenges that come your way. And, I was trying everything. I did free seminars. I did little pop up seminars too, at local places and the library, reaching out to friends, but nothing really sticking. Certainly no paying clients, or it was more just like, hey, let's talk. So I really didn't know what the heck I was doing, to tell you the truth. I had good intentions, but I had no clue what I was getting into.
It's kind of like graduating high school and then all of a sudden going into the real world. And it's like, wait a minute, like all the schooling has been about economics or math or essays. And then what does that have to do with like, like the practical things? And that's kind of like same thing as people have that desire to help people. But how do I help people? Who are my people? Where are the people? There's just so many other questions that literally need to get solved and answered in order to build a successful business.
Yeah, and that's just not something I was equipped with at all. A kind heart, but that's it. So, and I didn't have any mentors or anyone else to lead on. I read a lot of books and tried to, incorporate some of these ideas. And, some of them I was afraid to try because I didn't have the confidence yet to go out and ask. And I had some issues, myself to some internal issues that had to do with that I had no clue was tied together too. So there was some self-sabotage going on, not knowing it, but yeah, so I just had no guide other than books and maybe some YouTube videos or something like that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And
What was it that caused you, like, to finally like cause you to choose to team up with Team Wrangle? What was it like about us that made us different than the things you've seen or tried?
Yeah, so I did get certified through a university for just general coaching, and I could see that, working with some other coaches, I had a lot of gaps to fill. And so, what's nice about your program is not only do you easily break down how to find your niche. What's a niche? I didn't even know what that was. Like, okay, I mean, I know what a niche is, but I didn't know how it played into starting a coaching business. Um, and what's the ballpark? Who is going to be my customer? Well, I thought it would be everybody. Everyone wants a coach. Yeah, no, it doesn't work like that. So, so after talking with you both, it was clear that you had the answers, and you have been doing this for so long. You, there's not a question I have asked that you don't know the answer to, and so it's been so awesome to have a mentor and knows all the answers. Every question I've had has been answered, and um, even if I think it's a silly one, it's never treated as such. And the other thing that's really neat about the program is um, it's lifelong. You can ask. You're part of this team. It seems like forever if you need it to be, and it almost sounded too good to be true. You know, okay. So, um, and the longer I'm with you guys, I trust that that is true. There's a lot of too good to be true moments, and it has proven to be true. And so, having mentors, having that safety net of you always being there, always there to answer any questions that come up, and just a beautiful team of people, other coaches learning together, bouncing ideas off from one another, and so incredibly supportive. Just, sometimes women can be, a little tough on each other, especially if we have the same goal. And I've never experienced that with anyone in the group. Um, it's it's unlike no other team, and I've been in corporate America since I don't want to say how long because that would age me, but uh, I've never experienced such support and camaraderie from a group of people that I have here in this group.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. It's
Mhm.
really rare and very intentional, and I'm really grateful that you're one of the key members of that.
Well, I'm lucky. I'm the lucky one, honestly. But and it's fun. It's not this. It is serious. Don't get me wrong, but there are light moments, and we all need a little play in journeys we go on and things that we're learning. So it's also fun. It's just a good time when we all get together and meet. And I've made some friends out of the groups. Someone in Sweden. Who knew I would know anyone in Sweden? So so yeah, it's been a beautiful journey.
That's fantastic. And what are some of the biggest takeaways and the resources that you've learned from being within our programs?
Mm. So many resources. I have a huge binder of printouts, um, videos I can watch over and over again as much as I want, which is great. You talk about what type of learner you are. Are you a visual, um, audio? Do you learn? Or are you kinesthetic? Um, and you hit all three while you're teaching. And so not only do I have the printouts for, to physically look at, I have the videos I can listen to and watch anytime. Um, like I said, you can play them back. I tend to play back videos a few times so I know I have it down and understood before I move on. What's neat about the videos too is you can watch the whole chapter to get the big picture if that's how you learn too. And then you can go back and do the exercises. So if you are a big picture learner like I am, you have that option. And then it's followed up by the meetings online. And so it's really a no-brainer. It's just handed to you. And sure, you have to do the work. You have to study and practice. But if you are fired up about learning like I am, it's something I look forward to on the weekends and on the evenings.
You get to
Yeah,
do it at your own time and your own pace, which is fantastic.
exactly. That's true. If I get up early one morning, I can do a half hour or an hour. If I can't sleep, I can sneak in, not that you put me to sleep, Jeremiah, but you know what I mean. But yeah, it is flexible. And I could see where, uh, you know, busy, busy moms, people working full time, um, single parents, you've got to find the time to do these things. And so this gives you that freedom.
100%.
Yeah.
And Jenny, where do you feel like you would be right now if we haven't met?
I think I probably would have quit, honestly. I don't think I would have quit learning because I do love learning about coaching and, um, I'm a lifelong learner, but I would not, I don't think I would have pursued much further than what I had been doing, which was nothing, you know. So, um, yeah, I probably would have given up, to tell you the truth.
And that would have been a big blow to like not only like your life's purpose and your future success, but the people that you're going to be helping, you are and going to be helping. And that's what's so neat. That's one of the biggest things that lights us up is like we're very overt about this, but selfishly, we want to be able to team up and empower people that are helping other people because that's what's going to make the world a better place. Even if we don't meet one of the people that you work with, it's going to have a ripple effect positively towards us in some way, shape, or form, and you and them, and just it's like a pay it forward. So that's just it lights up our heart because you're one of the good ones, and you just this is what you're built and born to do. And there's so many cards are stacked against that. Like they don't teach this in school. They don't other life coaching programs, they don't offer what we offer. And like you said, then there's a lot of competition out there, then there's egos, and it's just extremely rare to cut out, trim all the fat. Here's exactly what you need. Here's the support of awesome people. Here's, all these touch points when we're going to help you with it. And you just get better and better and transferring the knowledge and the path that actually works so you can embody it and live that life that you're meant to live.
Yes, and the number one thing I failed to mention about what would I be doing had I not teamed up with you guys is exploring more about myself. Not
Mm.
only do you get the best training in all sorts of formats that you can comprehend, you get upgrades yourself. You and Amanda are there to coach us as well, to clear our path, to help us get to be a great coach. So not only do you get the knowledge, you get the personal growth. And I can tell you from experience, without being on your team and meeting you guys, I wouldn't have had the ability to even win because I had blockages that I didn't know I had.
Yeah.
And so that's a bonus. I mean, That's huge. Who doesn't want that?
Right.
And that's something that was a surprise. I didn't know that was part of the deal. And so, that was a huge bonus, and it continues to be. Each practice technique I learned something more about myself. And if I haven't dealt with it, it gives me an opportunity to deal with it um, on my own, with you on videos, with my loved ones. And I don't know how anyone can be a coach without having a clear path like that. So that was a bonus.
Yeah, that's huge. And I mean, I can just tell you the mystery of you don't know how anybody could be a coach without the clear path. They can't. Not a
Oh,
success.
yeah.
Every success, especially in the coaching business, is the successful coach. What defines success is how effective they are at helping people and how easy it is to find them and all that. But the base, or the contingency, or the essence, the foundation of successful coach is that personal growth and transformation. And the
Yes.
more personal growth and transformation happens, it does impact life, relationships, business, the ability to shine brighter so people can see you easier to be able to get that help. And 100%. And the more you transform, the more successful your business will be.
Yes, absolutely. I am preaching it right here. I believe it 1000%.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And then, so if there's somebody watching right now who was, or let's just say is, I was going to say, what is where you were, that they're struggling to do it by themselves. They have that fire, they have that divine, and like it's built within that drive to, I need to help people, I was born to help people, some sort of awakening happened, but they're trying to do it by themselves. They're trying different things, maybe researching, reading, watching videos, and nothing's working. What message do you have to say to that person that's watching right now?
Say yes. Just say yes. There's two sides to this. On a business side and financially, I know because I've spent the money before I met you guys, it's efficient. For the money that is spent for training and the time and quality, it is the most efficient track to be on, period. So that's the business side of it, the corporate side of it.
Okay.
But the softer side of that is you need help. You need help. And, I used to be one of these, I don't need help. I can do this. And that has been one of my personal issues I have, you know, um, been working on since diagnosed with cancer. Trying to be the tough one. I don't need help. This goes back to childhood. Luckily, I've been able to work with it, and I'm on the other side of that silliness. But we all need help. We do. And if you've got efficiency financially, and you've got the help on this side, and you've got two of the most incredible mentors you could ever find that are there for you, answer any questions you have, you feel safe with, you trust, and you're surrounded with loving, smart, intelligent other coaches, um, that's the way to go. Just say yes to it.
That's an amazing answer. I really appreciate that. Is there anything else that you feel is important to share that you just haven't mentioned yet?
Just have faith in yourself. It may seem daunting, this a course of this size, but it's digestible. It's you set your own pace. Um, just have faith in yourself. If I can do it, let me tell you. Um, I'm certainly not a Harvard grad or on that level of learning. I struggled as a student, and um, I went to school after my second child and got my degree that way. And, um, it's hard, but challenging and rewarding. So just have faith in yourself. You can totally do it. If I can, you can, kind of thing. And you're going to be so proud of yourself. You are going to learn so much and have so many light bulb moments. And it's amazing. It's just amazing to go through all of that all at once.
Thank you for sharing that. And we know you've been just a bright, shining light in our program and just been so passionate and you're just super contagious. You have a magnetic light personality, which is like really boosting other people and boosting yourself. And you're just kind of trailblazing through, which is just great. It's been a really honor and joy. And this is really why we do what we do because of you.
Oh
So
my
thank you
goodness.
for being a part of it.
Well, it's because of you. You've certainly helped me. Um, you've fueled the flame, and this whole process. I think I mentioned this to you in chat. You guys are like rocket boosters. No one can go to space without a rocket booster.
Hmm?
And so you need help. And so that's what this program is. You're giving people all the fuel to get up to outer space and do all those magnificent things out there. And so thank you. Thank you with all my heart.
100%. And if somebody's watching this and saying like, I really got to work with Coach Jenny, like it's really resonating with me with her story and things she's been through. What's the best way to get a hold of you?
Right now it's through Instagram. I have a little Instagram account. It's Jenny 530. No, I'm sorry, Coach Jenny 5309 on Instagram. So I can send you the what do they call it, call sign or whatever it's called.
Put it in the description of this video for sure below.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's the best way to reach me. Nice and easy.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me. Like I said, it's been just to reiterate, it's been such a joy to work with you. And this is just, there's going to be more and more transformation. You're going to help more and more people. So thanks for meeting with me.
Oh my gosh, it's my honor. Thank you, Jeremiah. I appreciate you.
Thank you for watching. And if you're ready to finally receive our blueprint, all the support and mentoring that you're ever going to need, and be a member of our world-class community of purpose-driven helpers, click in the link in the description below and schedule a meeting with us to find the best program to help you stop wasting time and finally live your dream.